Welcome back, bonus wifeys. Have you guys worried up yet? Of course not, that's why you're here. But don't worry, because neither have I. Let's get into this mess. I'm back, I'm biased, I'm bothered, and I am always unfiltered. If you're easily offended, this is definitely not the place for you. We're on season 3, episode 9, and I will say, okay, this is like a coffee, but it's like a decaf. But anyway, we get through it as best we can. We're opening up in Janelle's house, okay? And already I'm feckin' bothered, right? Not by the canary yellow shirt, although that's not doing me any favours. But I'm bothered because Cody is just laying in this chair and he's ringing Mary to find out if she's after ironing his shirts, right? Now, this man has no feckin' job, but why is he expecting Mary to iron his clothes, you know? But anyway, I did cheer up a little bit because he calls Mary lover and he does actually have quite a nice picture of her, like in his phone, you know? And I got bothered again because I see Cody's shoes and they're just like dumped on Janelle's bed. Now, from the sofa, the family are telling us that they're going to Boston and they're bringing the 4 older kids. And holy mother of God, Christian's look on the sofa. Why? Like, why the hell are we doing this? Either just wear a very long skirt or else wear a pair of tights. But I cannot justify these feckin' leggings. They're terrible. Like, they really are awful. So, anyway, at this stage, Logan is 17, Leon and Aspen are 16, and Maddie is 15. Now, these kids are very excited to be going to Boston. I would be too. I'd love to go to Boston. Anyway, this is all filmed between the sofa and the family packing. Now, I did notice something, right? Because in Leon's bedroom, there's a cushion that says Leo on it. And I was wondering about Leon's name and if that had any reason, you know, if that was the reason they chose their name. Like, Leon is a horrible name, like it really is, you know. But I was actually just wondering about that. Now, Cody is telling us that they're going to do a tour of some of the colleges and they're also going to have a panel discussion with some of the college students. And we're seeing Danielle Tominio again because like she organised this. Now the last time we met Danielle, okay, I ended up not liking her because I got the vibe that she didn't really like the kids and I wasn't down for any of that. Anyway, Cody is telling us that the kids will also be a part of this discussion, but apparently like they can't keep their mouth shut, so he is a bit nervous. This hit deep for me, okay? It did. I have heard that my whole fucking life, you know. I have. Oh, anyway, so the kids are on the sofa. Now, Aspen is a bit nervous about talking in front of people. You know, modern day Aspen, she reminds me a lot of my big sister. She really does. Anyway, the kids, they aren't nervous, right? The other kids, not a bit nervous. They're grand. So we're in Janelle's bedroom. Oh man, I had so many thoughts in this fucking room, right? Because this woman has no damn headboard and she still has that god awful duvet cover. This is not suitable for Janelle. She always sacrifices, okay? Because when she was doing the room makeover that she got the money for, she sorted out a room for the kids, right? She didn't get anything for herself. And look at the fucking room this woman is staying in. I couldn't believe it. Like, it's in bits, you know? Now, Janelle apparently is a bit nervous. And Cody thinks that people may have some preconceived ideas about them. But I got very distracted because I'm looking at the bookcase. Like, Janelle is obviously a bookworm, okay? I get that. I love a book myself. But man, this bookcase is driving me mad. I'd love to organize this shelf, you know? Just even from, you know, big to little. I can't with all the mess. But anyway, from the sofa, we're hearing about Warren Jeffs again, okay? And Cody is worried that people is going to think the Brown family are like, you know, Warren Jeffs people. But Christine, right? Oh, I loved this, right? Christine is just worried about Cody talking in public. I love this shade, okay? Because Janelle says that she's also worried. But of course, you know, Mary and Robin, they just reckon that he's going to be great. But according to Janelle, Mary and Robin are the good wives, and her and Christine are the bad wives. Oh man, and then I got really fucking bothered again, okay? Because Cody is gonna leave Janelle's house and he's heading to Christine's house, okay? But he's driving that fucking car again. She literally lives like across the road. I don't understand why he's doing that, but I did cheer up because I got to see the boot lamp again, and I absolutely and utterly love that. It's completely and utterly iconic. I love seeing it. So now we're in Christine's house, and she's packing, and she holds up this dress, right? And she thinks that it's gorgeous, but it's not going to be appropriate for public speaking. And the dress is not gorgeous, right? It's awful. And I know that if she did wear it, she'd have the fucking sleeves on underneath it. But I'm looking at Christine's bedroom, okay? She's definitely trying to be this sexy wife here because this thing looks like a brothel. It does, right? It's all red and it's just, you know, she has the BDSM bed and everything going on. Anyway, Christine says that she is very worried because she doesn't know anybody on the East Coast. And she's worried that these people may be feminists. Oh, Christine, you make it so hard for me sometimes, you know. Anyway, Robin is talking some kind of bollocks about like how they're not oppressed women, but we do get a great picture, okay, of Cody and Christine in the swimming pool, okay. But these two are fully dressed, and I was thinking, how the hell did these get into these blow up chairs like in the pool, you know? And then we didn't get any footage, like, but we're just in Boston. Now we're in the hotel, right? Now, Christine thinks it's fabulous. I'll be honest with you, I hate it. I absolutely and utterly hate it, okay? There's halls and windows everywhere. Like, I'd actually feel safer, like, with Norman in the Bates Hotel, right? I could not stay here. I couldn't. I would be so fucking paranoid, right? And the TV is right inside the door where that huge window is. So if you're just kind of have, like, a sneaky little hour for yourself, like, getting your shows in, while you know you have a bit of free time and everybody else is just kind of checking out the hotel, like people are just going to walk by while you're just sitting there like watching the TV. No fucking way. No, no, I can't. I can't. I'm out of here. I'm telling you, I'd rather be with Norman. I can't stay in this place. I hate it. I hate it. Anyway, we're seeing the wives and Cody in this Norman Bates hotel type thing. And now Christine is wearing a god awful canary yellow vest top. She was definitely trying to get Cody's attention here. She really was. Anyway, Cody is getting a key off each wife because he has a great plan, right? Because apparently he gets confused. Now, what's the great plan? I'm going to tell you. It's writing the wife's name and the number of the room. And apparently, like, that's a system to Cody because he has to have like access to all the wives, right? Now, I know this is our lifestyle, right? I get it. But to be honest with you, I would be completely and utterly freaked out. Like, with somebody just like, walking in on me, like at any time, I wouldn't like that at all. So now we're going out for dinner with Danielle Tomino, and she's introducing us to George. And I'm telling you, we're getting another fucking cameo on the show because it's actually Mark Almond. But anyway, Logan does say, right, that he really likes Danielle, but that he says, right, that he thinks she's a mix between a really smart person and Christine. So anyway, he obviously thinks that Christine is a bit dense. So at dinner, Alexis asked her Brown family how did they feel like about other non-conventional relationships like gay marriages, polyandry and polyamory and all that, okay? Now the kids don't know like what she's talking about. But when they find out, Maddie and Aspen, like they're totally for polyandry, to have like more than one husband. They're only joking, okay? But I was delighted that they can have like a bit of humor with it. Anyway, so to answer the question, Christine is saying, yeah, like, just live your life. And Cody says there's parts of his religion like that would disagree with it, but he thinks that everybody should have a choice, like how they live their life. And I thought, what the hell happened to this guy? Like he's a completely and utterly different person now. Anyway, George is telling us that he is gay. I know, like there's no surprise there. And he's delighted to know, like, that the Brown family are accepting. And Logan says that he feels like George understands them like a bit better, because he was discriminated against. And all the kids agree that being gay is grand. They don't want to discriminate against people, and they don't want people to discriminate against them. These kids are great, because they have grown up like in such a like a religious family, and they're great. Now George does say, right, that basically people who aren't straight and monogamous are considered to have like a lifestyle as opposed to like just a life. Now the family all agree with this, and apparently like their minds are just blown that they've obviously never heard of that before. Now, Robin, like, she doesn't know how they'd call themselves Christians and not be accepting of other people. Now, bear in mind, right, that gay people are still not treated very nice, like, by the Mormon religion. Don't mention the queers in front of Ken. Anyway, we're meeting Max Mueller. Now, he's a fellow at Harvard, and he's asking the wives if they have, like, any intimacy in their relationship with each other, not sexual. Now, Mary says, there is, but she changes her wording, okay? And she says there can't be. I thought that was very interesting, okay? Which goes back to my theory that Mary and Robin were definitely hunker sliding, like, before the marriage. Anyway, Anya is now asking the kids if they'd like to continue in this religion. Now, Leon is adamant, okay? Leon is adamant that they want sister wives. I think Leon did want sister wives, but without the husband. I think they just wanted the sister wives. Anyway, good for them. So the kids, like, these are going to get ice cream with the students away from the parents, and the parents, like, are talking about the panel, like, discussion. Christine says that she is nervous, right? But Danielle and Alexis are telling the family, like, they're gonna be grand because apparently Boston is very diverse. Now the kids are having ice cream in a place called JP Licks, right? I make gorgeous ice cream. I do. I do. Just, I'm just being honest. I know I do because I always have loads of like raspberries and strawberries and blackberries and blackcurrants and all that, okay? And I don't like to be wasteful. So like because I get all of them like at the same time, I turn them into strawberries or I turn them into like ice cream and stuff, you know? But I want to now call my ice cream skin band licks, So my family asked me like if there is any ice cream, I want them to say, do we have any skin band licks? I love that. I love that name. Do you know, also, right, when they were getting the ice cream, I was thinking to myself, I don't understand, like, the mint chocolate chip ice cream, like, it's disgusting to me, okay? I never understand why somebody would order that because it's just like cold, like toothpaste. I could never waste like dirty calories in that because in my mind I'm thinking like how long I'm gonna have to be running for or on my rowing machine for to burn off those calories. It's not worth it to me. No way. Like it's just like fucking toothpaste. It's disgusting. Anyway, the students are asking the kids, right? What they're going to choose like for their future, okay? And I was so happy to hear this because Logan is telling us, right, that Cody said he shouldn't be a polygamist, like, just to follow like in the family footsteps, and that he should only do if it's something that he really, really wants to do. I was so happy to know that, okay? Because like those poor Duggar kids, like they never got a fucking chance, like they never got a say in like anything that they could do. I know people very much like that. I grew up like in a very, very religious area, okay? Like super duper. Think more or think Duggar, but like on steroids, And I know people like this. It always makes me so sad, like. But anyway, as the students are asking the kids, right, Aspen, straight out, she's not interested in this, right? And again, Leon is like all in. But Maddie obviously wants it out of this conversation. And she's like, yeah, we have to go to the parents. She basically just wants to shoot a crow. This is very me. I would have just been like, I'm out of here. So the kids are excited, but also very intimidated by the students. And then it's the next morning, and we're going to a place called Plymouth Plantation now. Janelle says this is a recreation of the 17th century. So bear in mind what this woman has said, right? Now it's kind of like a village, and all the people are dressed like from the era. I was also wondering, like, who chooses this, for a living? But as I'm looking at these people, like, they're obviously theatre people. I'm thinking about the commitment ceremony that McKelty did. Do you remember, like, she had the hat on? That's another great episode. I'm telling you, the Browns really are like the gift that keeps on giving, and they don't even have any idea. Anyway, we're in this plantation thing, and straight off, Cody wants to know where Elizabeth Holland lives, right? Now, Elizabeth was married to John, and these are like the ancestors of their dude, Joseph Smith, right? Now, Cody is meeting Elizabeth Holland, and like he's just blown away, right? But he's acting like that this is an actual person, okay? Like that she's not just some amateur dramatics kind of woman. Probably just trying to earn herself a bit of money. I don't know what the heck. Maybe it's a job. I don't know. But he's saying to her, like, can we get a portrait? He's mispronouncing the word portrait, but I think on purpose. Like, it's just a fucking photograph, okay? I can't believe he's going on like this because, like, he's going on as if this woman is like our lady or something. Like, and it's not. It's just like a woman literally dressed up. But anyway, the family are talking to this Elizabeth person, and Christine says there's four wives in the family, and these theatre people like are surprised, right? So they don't even participate in the polygamy, and I'm thinking, why the hell like is Cody so excited? They're not even the same religion as them. Anyway, from the sofa, okay, we're being told about the plantation people, and like because they said to Christine like that they're not Christian because like there's four wives, and she gets really angry, right? But Janelle says you were quite flippant, and Christine obviously has no idea what the hell flippant means because she says, I had to let them know, like, that I was a Christian. Could someone please get this family a goddamn dictionary? They really do need it. Anyway, we're meeting up again with George and Anya, and they're going to show the kids around the colleges. Now, George and Anya go to a place called Tufts. I have never heard of that place, okay? But the family is worried, like, about money because there's a lot of kids to put through college. I will say, right, if you're a kid or if you have somebody that you have to like get through college, okay, always consider a community college. That really is like a great option. Like if you don't have to get into that, don't. Like really, really don't. Just check out other options because there are like other options available. Anyway, we're seeing these colleges, right? This is a very, very different experience than my college experience. I went to college like that was probably about a half an hour away from me, and I live like with a few of my girlfriends. But I actually came home like every weekend because like I was only 18, and at 18 you're still a baby. But when I came home, right, I wanted like everybody to make a big fuss of me. And like my mom and dad had to say to me, like, we speak to you like on the phone every day. We meet you for lunch on a Wednesday, we see you all the time. It's great to have you home, love, but we do like you're not that far away, sweetheart. I was kind of a little bit upset by that. I wanted to be like, I wanted them to make a big fuss of me because when my sister went to college, she went like, her college was nearly 2 hours away. Oh, I wasn't up for that, any of that kind of fuckery. I was staying as close to my mum and dad as possible. But we do find out that none of the Brown parents finished college, like at college age. And we find out that Cody never went to college. I was surprised by that. I thought like he did at one stage. Now I know that Janelle definitely did go to college. I don't believe for a moment that Robin even finished like secondary school. Never mind college. I don't. I don't. I can't believe that. Anyway, Anya says like that Harvard is very difficult to get into. Logan loves it, but he is being realistic. So the kids are talking about colleges, right? And Aspen and Leon are thinking about going back to Lehigh because they can live in their old house. And I thought, hang on a second, they still own this fucking thing. Like, sell it or rent it for God's sake. You're paying for four damn houses in Las Vegas. Oh my God. Well, definitely, like, none of them studied maths. They're brutal. They're brutal at finances. Anyway, Logan does want to go to college in Las Vegas, okay? Because, like, he doesn't want to be moving across the country. I don't blame them. Like, America is just so vast. That would terrify me. So now we're in Heinz Center for the discussion, and Janelle is very worried that they're going to be asked questions that they're not comfortable with. Now, Robin is letting us know, okay, that she wouldn't talk about her sex life with anybody because apparently, like, they regard it so respectfully. And I thought, fuck, because I do actually want to know, like, about the sex. I want to know if they're double dipping. That's my big question, okay? I want to know that. I'm also thinking because Robin like is so heavily pregnant, I think that's probably why Cody pissed off to use Christine as a human pincushion for a while. Because I think that I think two things. I think like that her being so big would turn him off, like basically because he's very fucking shallow. And I also think that she would probably like it being saying to him, yeah, go and spend a bit of time like with Christine, because she wouldn't want him like a niner, I believe in that to be true anyway. But I do want to know. I want them to tell her, but I believe it as fact anyway. Anyway, Danielle Tamino was introducing the Brown family, okay, to this group. Now, Cody has given us a lecture about his religion and the history of it. I'm not interested in that kind of shit. But what I am interested in, okay, is Janelle's. Look, where the hell did she find this waistcoat? Oh my God. Oh, it's terrible. But not only is the waistcoat terrible, okay, like she has a button, but only the top button is closed. Like, just leave it open. It's terrible no matter what way it's gonna be, right? But with the top button closed, it's even feckin' worse, like if that's possible, right? Also, I think that Cody is dyeing his hair here. I do. Anyway, the kids are now up on stage, and I noticed, right, that TLC is just trying to show us like that they are super diverse, okay? Because there is one woman in this area and this like that's sitting there with a headscarf on, and they keep pointing to her. So they are trying to show us. Now, I did get bothered, okay? Because another woman from the audience, I've decided I don't like her, right? I don't like her. Okay? She is definitely not a girl's girl, right? But she's asking Cody, like, how do you cope with all these nags? Like, that's basically what she's saying. And I thought, shut up. Shut the hell up. Anyway, Robin says that to be a sister wife, you have to support the otherwise relationship with your husband, or else you'll fail. Because she doesn't say, like, fail. And I'd love to know, right? I'd love to know one thing that she has done to support any of the OGs in their like relationship. Just even one thing, because this woman is an absolute one utter home wrecker. She definitely is. Now I noticed, right? Christine is definitely like a spokesperson, like an advertisement for polygamy. Anyway, again, we're being told like Warren Jeffs is bad. We get it. We get it. I got a divorce time. But Cody is being asked a question, right? And the question is about brother husbands. Now, Janelle is laughing. She is completely and utterly uninterested, okay? But she is laughing because she does know that different religions have different like rules and beliefs. But polygamy is basically, what they believe in. And Mary says, right? Mary says that she wouldn't be interested in it. She wouldn't want to have like guys around her all the time because she needs her me time But what she really needs is to get on the internet because pretty soon she's going to meet Samuel Jacob Cooper. How the hell did she fall for that? How, oh my God, how the hell did she fall for that? I can't wait until we get to that one. If you guys haven't read like Samuel Jacob Cooper's book, it's Jackie Overton. It's not even a book, it's just like a downloadable thing. It's very fucking good. It is. It's very funny. Anyway, we're hearing from the kids, and they're happy like that their family is public now, but they're not happy about the fact that they had to leave their home, basically. Okay. Now, Maddie and Leon definitely want to go back to Utah. Aspen loves Vegas, okay, but she says like she just doesn't like to see our family sad because like the whole family didn't want to move. Now, Cody is telling the panel about like the family move from Lehigh and how fucking hard it was for him, really hard, like for him, you know. But apparently, Robin was just cringing when these kids said like that they weren't happy in Vegas because this woman cannot have an ounce of fucking empathy for anybody, not an ounce of it. Okay. Now Janelle is agreeing with the kids, okay, because she knows like that they are unhappy in Las Vegas, but that doesn't mean that they're unhappy like in their whole lives or with their family or anything like that. And again, right, Cody is telling the world like how much he loves his wives and his children, and that he was so happy, and this is his words, he was so happy that he got to choose his wives. That's what he says, right? Anyway, this like the discussion went well, and TLC is making sure to pan back in onto the one person with the headscarf on. And Cody just hopes, right, that he has opened people's minds. You have, Cody, you have opened their minds because we all now know that you are like an absolutely and utterly despicable person. Anyway, this is our recap of season 3, episode 9. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.